Wagwan chat! Welcome back to the Extra Digest podcast. My name is Nyas the Jabroni Slayer, the first runner of the year, and I'm joined by a man who was here as you are doing the last runner of the year. Could be doing this a bit more with him, you never know. Man like DJ Shores, not your ordinary DJ. He's your extraordinary DJ. He's back in the house. How you doing, bro?
I'm good, and you?
I'm doing great.
Is this the point where we say Happy New Year?
Yeah, I guess it is. At what point in time do you like close that chapter? I don't know, like 15th January?
For me, after the first 5 days.
After the first 5 is done?
Yes. But
not even 7?
Nah. First 5 days, bro, we are already back to work.
Because like the first one's first day, so it's abused. So we give ourselves like 5 days after that.
Yes.
So 6 then.
I could give it to you. Kenyans go up to March.
Huh?
Yeah.
Really?
If you haven't met someone between now and March.
They will tell me Happy New Year?
Yeah.
And I'm supposed to respond the same way? I'm just, what kind of year are we talking about here, to be honest? They're telling me Happy New Year or something. It's crazy. All right, but yeah, happy to have you back here. Of course, it's also good that you're coming when your club is still in crisis. You left when you were in crisis. You have come back. I don't know if it's more crisis.
I didn't leave while we were in crisis.
Actually, you weren't.
I left when I said we're going into a crisis.
And boy, did you go into it like head first, bro. No, diving straight into it. First of all, did you see the firing coming?
Yes.
Okay, you fucking did, because you're always calling for that guy to get fired.
Yes. But it was from my perspective because of how he's been playing.
Yeah.
The system. You see, once you give a promise of things and the way you want them to work in any job position you hold in this world,
yeah,
your KPI is always held against you. You know, you said we'll play back three and we will see from the word go, we'll see a system and we'll see switches and stuff like that.
Yeah.
We never saw that.
Yeah.
You know, from the word go. And I think you have been backed after you've lost a final and you've not gone into the Champions League. You finished 16th, 15th, wherever you finished. You've been given the goods. You might not have been given everything.
Yeah.
I mean, in the world, we don't get everything, you know. But you cannot sit down and mourn and say, I didn't get a DM, I didn't get Baleba, he was the tools of my trade and stuff like that. I think that's where, as a tactician and a coach, you are tested. How good can you adapt to the fact that maybe you don't have everything that you need? Remember, he could have had Baleba, and what if he gets injured during the season? So that means we don't play football at all.
Yeah.
I think that's the place he's been tested the most. And the game against Newcastle has been the best game Amorim has ever coached.
Yeah,
for Man
you are good.
Yeah. When I saw the lineup, I was like, why is Dogu playing on the right? I was so furious and stuff like that. But when I watched the first half, I was like, okay, brilliant. I mean, I might have had a problem with the way he set up the team, but then it seems like it's working.
Yeah.
And then the man in the second half decides, Dogu go back to left back.
Yeah.
You know, and I was kind of shocked. But I took it as a game of two halves, where in the first half he decided to attack. The second half he decided to defend.
Yeah.
And then, of course, everybody talked about it, and they had tactical switches and stuff like that. He adapted into the game.
Yeah.
I do not know, for heaven's sake, if it's true or not. Maybe it got into his head that, okay, people have bruised my ego.
Yeah.
Or maybe for whatever reason he decided, let me go back to my formation and try and see, or try and show people, yes, yours might have worked, but mine also works against a lesser team that is Wolves. So you would imagine...
And it didn't work.
Yeah. You would imagine, and for all teams from the 11th position to the 20th position, he's only won 2 games.
Yeah.
He's only won 2 games, of course. He's lost to a 10-man Everton. He's drawn to Burnley, West Ham, Leeds, Wolves. I mean, that's a sackable offense.
Yeah,
you know?
that's criminal business.
Yeah, I think he put himself in a position where he just wanted to be sacked.
But do you think he got fired because of that or because of the rant?
Now, when you have not achieved anything in the game, nobody gives you grace. And the least you can do is go at your employer. You know, I rate Amorim for the sense of discipline that he brought to Man United. You know, all these people who seemed like they were misbehaving and trying to have a show of a big man business, he put them on the side. And that's what I wanted to see at United.
Yeah.
But from a football perspective, he got it horribly wrong.
Yeah.
And when he stepped up to speak, I knew it was coming.
And what about this thing of he is a 3-4-3 manager? That's what he excelled at.
Yes.
You knew that when you were getting him.
Yes.
So then comes many months later, Kina Wilcox, who actually, I didn't know, Wilcox is a Premier League winner.
Yes.
Did you know that?
I heard the other day. I didn't even know he played football.
Yeah, me neither.
Let's begin there. Yeah.
Turns out he won in 1995 with Blackburn Rovers alongside Kina Team Sherwood. But yeah, so so Wilcox comes in, and then these guys are now telling him like, yo, you kind of need to change. 3-4-3 is not working. You need to change. But when you hired this guy, I don't know if Wilcox was there when you were hiring. I don't think he was.
I think
He wasn't.
when Answorth was relieved his duties, and then he came in, or the two of them were already there. I don't know much about that.
So the manager plays at 3-4-3. Then you're telling this guy, oi, I don't give a shit about your formation. You need to change. Try something different, which he does not really excel at.
Yes.
And then you start having this back and forth. So how is that? You know how he plays, then you come in and you're telling him now, okay, now you need to change.
There are two aspects to that. I mean, when the board and the management start interfering to a manager or a coach process, that's horribly wrong. You know, do your business on the stuff. I mean, back end.
Yeah.
Let me do my talking on the pitch.
Correct.
And then at the end of the day, we will measure each other on the deliverables that we've given each other. But my second bit, which is my problem with Amorim, and I think with everybody's problem. I mean, every single day you encounter problems, right?
Yes.
And when you encounter problems, there's a certain way you're used to doing things.
Yeah, to deal
but
with them.
at that point in time, the way you're used to doing things is not happening. So you try and find a solution. You solve at hand the problem. And then when everything is settled, you go back and circle and say, where did it go wrong?
Yeah.
And how can I now continue with my normal process?
Yes.
Amorim, fantastic from wherever he came from. 3-4-3 was working. He's the guy for 3-4-3. And
Yes.
we all knew, we saw it, and it was fantastic. What the first 15 seconds of his debut, when Rashford scores that quick goal, everybody's like, okay, wow. And then from there it went blunt. Why? He's in a new league, and people are actually prepared for that. And people actually do their homework.
Yeah.
And there are no mean fit teams in the Premier League. He never changed. You know, he kept going at it. And I remember in his first season, he kept saying the same things. I have not had time with the guys on the pitch.
Yeah.
Too many games, too many injuries, no personnel and stuff like that. So he finished 15th, no Champions League football.
Yeah.
A full preseason. He was backed to a certain extent. I know he'll say I was not given all the goods. He was backed to a certain extent.
Yeah.
Now, you have a full preseason. You have more time on the pitch with the guys. But it's never changing. You know, so the 3-4-3 is never changing, and you have no backup plan.
Yeah.
You have nothing else that...
And there's no results to show.
No. I mean, the other day, the Liverpool coach was crying and saying, you know, if headers were not part of the game, I would be winning.
Yes.
You know, they come and play long balls.
Yeah.
He mourned and mourned, but he noticed it's never going to change.
Yeah.
He had to adapt to know how to play those kind of systems. You
Correct,
know,
yeah.
Every other person was mourning and saying, oh, Arteta long balls, Arteta throw-ins and stuff like that. It was never going to change. It's part of football. So everybody started to learn how to defend. Everybody started to learn how to do throw-ins, how to be good at set pieces.
Yeah.
That's the aspect of the game. He never changed for once. I mean, he changed against the Newcastle game.
Yeah.
But from a tactical perspective, you cannot only dive with one way of playing football.
Exactly.
You know? I mean, I always have had a problem with Arteta, the way he's set up with Liverpool, especially this season. In the 2 games you've played Liverpool, winnable games, you've won none. And my feeling is he respected Liverpool a bit too much, and he has the firepower nobody has in the Premier League at the moment. Should have gone bang for it, you know. And if by any chance, which is I think almost impossible, if he loses this league, I will go back to those 2 games where I actually think was 6 points on the table.
Yeah.
But you see, after that game, we are not going to stay there and mourn. The next games, he adapts, you know. The way he plays against Portsmouth is not the same way he'll play against Nottingham Forest.
Yeah.
He's not the same way he'll play against Man
Chelsea,
United. You know, every single day he encounters a different way of playing football.
Yeah.
And even in the first 10 minutes, you get into a game, you had decided we're going to go on the flanks, bang, quick, forever, and you find out we're being pressed too high. We cannot be able to play from the back.
Yeah.
What do? You have to hoof it long.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody doesn't... I mean, we'll all be heckled and said, oh, you know, the ball has gone long and stuff like that.
Correct.
But we found a way to win. You found a way to win with 4 own goals. But at the end of the day, you found a solution. Amorim never found one.
Yeah.
That was my
And
point.
unfortunately, then he had to go.
Yeah.
And now, fast forward to now. Darren Fletcher comes in. First game, ilikuwa against who?
Burnley.
Burnley.
Yes.
Pigwa draw.
Yes.
Burnley were playing well. I mean, in their own backyard, you'd fathom them to relish their chances of defending it or getting
you're
something.
saying Burnley were playing well, against Manchester United. You know, again, you remember when the first time I came on this podcast, I told you what? The levels of Man United have dropped too far that you can say certain things.
Yeah, like those ones.
That's Burnley.
I mean, even Wolves, bro. When they were at...
They
was it
actually
Old Trafford?
deserved to win that game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They had some very, very close chances. So they were playing quite well, which was showcased when we met West Ham, how they absolutely bamboozled them up.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's not a new coach, he's a caretaker, yeah?
Yeah, caretaker, whatever they want to call him. Interim,
For like...
standby, 2 games, 3 games.
So let me get this straight. Yeah. So he's a caretaker. I don't know for how long. Then you're going to get someone to come till the end of the season.
Yes.
Who?
Manchester United is run worse than a kiosk.
I can agree with that one.
Look, yeah, you have already identified. I don't know if it was impulse decision to
fire
send
Amorim.
Amorim because of maybe his comments on the press conference, right?
Yes.
But then you have to have a plan.
Yes.
You know, you have to have something in place that you'll say maybe Darren is in place for example, let's take the Chelsea way, right?
Enzo.
That's his name, right?
Yes.
He was there for those 2 games. And by the time...
Oh, McFarlane is the one who was there for those 2 games, yeah.
By the time he was going into his first game, we already knew.
Yes.
And even before we already knew who they've already selected, there was a list of this is what
potentially
Chelsea are looking at, you know.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that the business model for Chelsea is the best, but at least they have a plan, you know.
Yeah.
Man United are actually doing interviews for a caretaker manager to the end of the season.
Yeah.
What exactly do they want to achieve? What is the plan, you know? And the people they're interviewing is Carrick and Ole. No disrespect to the 2 of them.
Yeah.
What exactly are you interviewing them for? For a caretaker basis, what exactly are you interviewing them for? You know,
come forward.
I mean, a caretaker manager is supposed to come in. The sole business is please take care of matters until the end of the season.
Yes.
And you know what that always signals from a club when they bring in a caretaker manager to the end of the season? You've already turned off that season.
Yeah.
Like, it's into the bins.
Done and dusted.
And I told a friend of mine, let me tell you something. You might be happy Fletcher is speaking all these things, speaking nicely. He'll bring back the 4 to whatever you've always wanted. Kobe Mainoo will play.
Yeah.
You say it. But the Premier League is so competitive that if you've never coached even for 20 minutes, you will be beaten nicely and easily.
Yeah.
And you'll be able to learn. I mean, this is the Premier League. This is not under 21.
This is not the championship.
Where, you know,
yeah.
That's why Burnley were able to do that.
Yes.
Zero experience in coaching in the Premier League. He's never even arranged cons for... I mean, he's been what?
Under 21.
Under 21. You know, he's always on the stands watching the game.
Yeah.
I knew straightforward with that Team B, he's going to be beaten by Brighton.
Yeah.
The guy has a full CV of a whole season in the Premier League.
Yes.
He's won at Old Trafford with managers who've had it elsewhere.
Better than Fletcher, without a doubt.
He was going to beat him.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, it's crazy. Then, of course, now we get ourselves now to the FA Cup.
Yes.
And, you know, Man United fans, I mean, not Man United fans, but Man United, you have done something diabolical before, getting knocked out in the first round against Grimsby.
Yeah.
Surely, you will not do it again. Oh, so we thought. But you...
No, I knew because of the level of coaching.
Yeah.
But you would think maybe with the quality of players, because I said it elsewhere.
Yeah.
United have no reason to bench anyone, you know. Apparently, Luke Shaw was given an off day because he's played the most matches and whatever.
Oh, most minutes?
Yes. He's only missed, I think, the Grimsby game. I mean, it's funny.
Tell us the whole week.
Exactly my problem. What are United resting players for? You have
it's
nothing.
not like he's engaged during the week.
It's not that there's anything else you actually... So I expected them to have a star-studded lineup, just like they did, you know. And I do not tend to depend on Fletch for a lot. I mean, he's there just to take care of business.
Yeah.
But from a player's perspective, you're telling yourself...
Even if you impress much here.
Yes. I'm not even in terms of impressive. Just as a mindset.
Yeah.
We've drawn away against a low-ranked team,
yes,
which should have gotten us to 4th place maybe. We are now 7th. Teams that have been lagging behind us have actually caught up, you know.
Yeah.
And it's the only cup we are in. Play for pride, you know. Just do the basics. You do not need much from guidance from the coach. I mean, very senior players, top internationals.
Yeah.
You think about it.
Yeah.
Sheshko, Fernandes.
Yes. Cunha. Who else?
Mainoo,
Martinez.
Yeah. I mean, guys who've been there, done it, and played it at the highest level. and you cannot get a result against,
Yeah.
I mean, I saw tactical discussions and stuff like, how does Dalo find himself? You're a footballer, man. That's a chance. And you know exactly. You're one of the senior players. You've been there the longest. You know exactly where the club is at the moment. Do the right thing.
Yes.
But in terms of, in areas where you thought like basics would work, it never worked. And it goes to shows you, even if Carrick comes, even if Ole comes, heck, even if Don Carlo comes right now, United are in a big hole.
Absolutely big, man. No gonna lie.
And just to touch on the fact that people have been talking about Sir Alex Ferguson, the old boys and stuff like that, all those things need to go. United need to realize that United way will never come back. United need to realize, like, it's no. I mean,
you need to come.
Manchester United was not written on Alex Ferguson. You know? Great kudos to him. I mean, all he's done and the great things that have happened.
Yes.
But it's never going to come back. Somebody else needs to come in and have a proper, totally different plan, and people need to die with it and go with it. You know, the board needs to decide if we're a commercial club
or a football
club. You know, and then we stop. You know, all these things of Jim Radcliffe is available for an interview and he says all the wrong things, including saying we're going to back Amorim and he's going to. He actually needs to come out right now. And talk to the media and say exactly what's going on.
Exactly, because they're going to back him and they did not. Absolutely.
So at the top here, there's a lot of problem. And also here in the playing surface and the culture, there's a huge problem
as well.
And also the old boys, is a huge problem. They need to talk football, whatever they are talking as it. Talk football. I've always had a problem. I think we can mention them, right? I've always had a problem with Gary Neville and Roy Keane when they're giving examples. Oh, I always refer to the 1999 team where we had blah, blah, blah. Bro, football has moved. Talk about Man City the other few years, you know. You know, the Man City team has been phenomenal, winning 4 in the bank.
In recent times,
Talk about the Liverpool team that fought to 99 points, 97 points and never won the league. They had phenomenal players. Stop taking us back to Konchesky's and stuff like that. Football has evolved. That shows you the problem in Man United, that they themselves, as much as they keep yapping, they haven't moved with football.
They're still hung up on past glory.
Yes. I mean, talk about Salah. We watch him week in, week out. That's the best example that you can give to Mbeumo and Cunha and Madueke and whatever. You know, talk about Saka, talk about Gabriel. Those are the people who are running the show right now. You cannot take us back to 10, 15 years ago.
When
let's
you guys
be practical, you know, let's be practical.
When you're on the high, no lie.
Talk even about Ramos, if you have to talk about, I mean, those are the guys.
In the new millennium, you're still talking about the 90s. It's crazy. It's like, it reminds me of those lines of Ben, with how Ben was telling Batman, victory has defeated you. Sounds crazy because it's the victory that you had then that is sort of holding you back now. It's a crazy business. But then again as well, like, you need to stop copying Chelsea as well, bro. In the league naona mko tu hapa tu. Chelsea wakienda mnapanda, wakishuka mnashuka, wakidraw mnadraw, wakifire mnafire.
It's more of Chelsea copying us because I would say we are so poor. You know, we've had the conversation of over 2 months. If United win, they go forth, and we have not done. Like I said, all those. But Chelsea have been on and off. They win today, they lose tomorrow. I mean, it's like they feel whatever they're doing. And the culture at Chelsea, we've already known. They're always high and fire. But now it's what? Ferguson left, 2013?
Yes.
We are now headed, is it 20 years?
Yeah, 13 years now.
13 years now. We've become that. If you look at the list of coaches that we've hired and fired, including interims and caretakers and whatever,
it's crazy. And I got to give it up to Diogo Dalot. He has outlasted 7 managers, bro.
There in it.
He has overseen 7 changes.
It shows you the problem that is at United. I mean, lazy thinking, not being quick fire. I mean, not acting on the problem. You know, there's a time I noticed that you had, it's called Suarez, that the right back.
Dennis Suarez?
No, there's a right back who you guys bought from Southampton and then he went to Fulham on loan. Cedric. And I asked myself, with how Arteta has been ruthless, what's this guy doing here? You know, and I think maybe it was a contract issue and stuff like that, but he was nowhere close to the team.
No, he wasn't.
It was no. And that kind of ruthlessness needs to come to
Manchester United.
And people don't recognize like how brutal Arteta has been in building all these things. And that also shows United how far behind they are. Because Arteta is now 6 years old?
Yes, 6 years.
And quite possibly this could be his first Premier League.
Yeah.
If United are to start the process bruh. That's how it starts.
Exactly.
You have to deal with the fact that, okay, they've done a bit of that. They've sent Garnacho away. They've sent Rashford away. Sancho away and all those kind of things. And they need to get rid of Casemiro, Luke Shaw, Maguire. All those people now need to go.
Yeah, a lot of right? Deadwood, which will take time.
So if all those people go, that means a lot of new people are coming in.
Yes.
Who's going to lead all those people? Bruno Fernandes is never going to stay there forever.
He's what,
in the next 1 year, 2 years.
He's absolutely leaving.
He'll be processed goods and leaving. United are far back behind in football business that they do not realize it. And the day they start building it is the day they will quite possibly understand that it's a process. It can never be a quick fix.
Yeah, it can.
Unless they buy a whole team and fix it.
They had talked about 2028. Do you think that's a pipe dream?
It's not happening.
It's a pipe dream, eh?
Yeah, it's not happening. How many years has it taken you, as an Arsenal fan, to see each position have two good players going at
6
each
years.
other? 6 years.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And even now as we speak, there's a little matter of a striker that you guys are still having. And it's a big discussion.
Yeah.
It's a big discussion.
Yeah.
So, in a season where we thought after you've bought a striker, you've got finished goods, there's still a problem in there.
Yeah.
So ask yourself, how far United are?
Manchester. I mean, even the defenders as well. There's a time you had those defenders, but there's a time you were running short. Because injuries, sometimes they can take all the three.
We have so many defenders, but...
Yeah, average ones. But yeah, so that's that. And of course, you got beat by Brighton. A bit diabolical, but it is what it is. Typical of Manchester United nowadays, always losing the first round. I understand it's the first time you're losing the first round of 2 cups since 1981-82 season.
Yeah, it's the first time we will play 40 games since 1911 or something.
Yeah, I didn't even know. I had never thought of at the maximum number of games a team in the Premier can play is 40.
It's 40 because it's 38 in the Prem, and then of course now you've played 2 in the Cup.
Yeah. Until now. And now I can think about it. But yeah, I mean, it is a lot to be done at Manchester United. I don't know how you get yourself out of it. Because even if you hire Carrick, I'm Ole. Do you think Ole would come back just be for 5 months? Because it's 5 months. Well, kuja tu ushikilie miezi 5 alafu uchomoke. Ama they'll be thinking okay, so I can come for 5 months, steady the ship, maybe get the team to European positions, and then maybe I might be given the job.
So,
but can you even trust a management that has said they will back Amorim and then fired him some weeks later?
No, I do not. The upper management.
Let's say you as Ole, would you trust those guys? Even if they told you, come and caretaker or interim for 5 months, then ikiva, we might give you the permanent.
No, he's said elsewhere that they ran him short, just a few months ago, and then he said he's in and around Manchester and he's hanging around. And I tend to believe this could have been maybe when the Amorim conversation of facing the sack had started. Went on some podcast and he said, you know what, by then I'm back in Manchester and now I'm here. I mean, that doesn't go well. But going back to the ex,
bro, I don't know.
Doesn't work.
I mean, Mourinho has done it and kind of worked because he won a league title. But then again, he got fired.
How many Jose Mourinho do we have in the world?
1.
Yeah.
So we don't have to try and move like him.
Yes. Jose Mourinho can, again, this is why Amorim got sacked, because he had not had anything close to warranting him to talk like that. Slot was saying some funny things the other day and you're like, is this a professional coach?
Yeah.
When you say if headers were not part of football, no.
Inakaa kidogo.
Yeah, but you give him a bit of grace because he's a champion. I mean, he's walking around and he's a defending. You haven't won anything in this league. You haven't changed anything in this league. There's nothing of importance that people can talk about you as a coach in this league. You will go.
You have no authority to be speaking about things like that the way he did. So crazy business. But time will tell on how far you'll go, or maybe you'll start to improve. Time will see. We'll tell. The FA Cup was happening as you guys were getting beat. Other teams like Manchester City slapped Exeter for 10. Bro, they put out such a strong squad. I was like, what is that for?
No, for me, it's a bit of a shame. You cannot be drawing what? They've drawn 4 in a row or 3 in a row?
3
in a row.
In the league.
And then you go out against Exeter and beat them 10. A bit of respect. Just have a bit of respect.
I mean, Exeter, I think were League 1 or something.
I have no idea where they are.
I think League 1.
A bit of respect.
But such a strong squad.
Yes. But the thing that I'm so happy about that whole story is City conceded.
Yeah, they still did.
10. And they conceded in the last?
The last 9 minutes of the match, yeah.
It shows you exactly where City are.
Defensively, yeah.
And in terms of their mindset, then they're properly not there.
Yeah. Because what rationale do you think a coach would have in such an issue? Is he trying to sharpen them up? Because maybe they are not firing as much in the last 3 games.
I know. I can see Pep's thought process forever is, like he's a maverick and he's like, we've not won games in a few.
Yeah.
And we've not been sharp. We've not been taking our chance. And this is the game for it.
I get this extra, though.
That's my problem.
Because, after that, they go up to Newcastle. I don't know if they are hosting Newcastle, Malcolm, St. James.
They play Newcastle on Tuesday.
Yeah, tomorrow.
They should be away.
Yeah.
I think they should be away.
I mean, do you sharpen up against Newcastle with teams like Exeter?
In my thought process,
Yeah.
should have played a fairly exchangeable team.
Yeah.
In Exeter.
Yeah.
Maybe mix it up in the first half, mix it up in the second half.
Yeah.
Semenyo can play 60 and then leave it to someone else.
Bro, they are away.
They are away.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then now, this one now against Newcastle is where you go out full guns.
Yeah.
There's no harm if City go out in the League Cup semis. That for whatever has happened over the past 3 games, you need to find a way.
Yes.
If that's on the training pitch, if that's against credible opposition.
Yes.
And the Cup has presented you with that. So there's a bit of a break in the Premier League. So you go against those kind of oppositions and try and see. And in there, you can be given room to tweak things and try and see which system works, where was it not working. I mean, Semenyo will play in that game.
Yeah.
You try and see how does he fit in against the big boys. I don't understand why he played that kind of a squad against. But again, it's his style. He's a maverick. I mean, he's obsessed with the game. He's obsessed with winning, and he doesn't care.
Yeah, so be it for him. The one that really caught my eye, though, is Spurs, the team we don't give a fuck about. They go beat by Aston Villa, and then they started a brawl. And I feel like it's one of those of, what do you call it? Unaona ile movie ya Tom Hanks ilikuwa nitoaji ile ya Pirates. I am the captain now.
I'm the captain now. Pirates of the Caribbean. What are we talking about?
No, ile movie ya Somali kuhusu Pirates wa Somalia.
I mean, I can see the picture of that guy, but I can't.
There's that Somali dude. There's a time he comes in and says, I'm the captain now. I feel like that's what Aston Villa are telling Spurs. Like the Big Six conversation, I feel like Spurs are slowly but surely getting knocked out by Aston Villa. And they were like telling them now in their yard, because it was Rodgers going up against, I think, Paulinho.
I think, you know what it is? Spurs, they themselves as players are disappointed and frustrated about themselves in the manner in which they are going about. And they are the people now who would have prayed they get Exeter. And just try and make a few things right. But then the opposition that they face is not, fit. So nothing is really going well for them. Nothing is really working for them. And you're playing against guys who are gelled nicely. Bro. I mean, they're turning you inside out. They're doing things against you. I mean, you're playing against Morgan Rodgers, one of the most informed players in the season at the moment.
Yeah.
You will feel it. And in the fashion of which you're going out in front of your fans, they lost the game before that one, right? In the Premier League.
Yeah, so they will be by Bournemouth.
Yeah, they wanted to try and see if they can make things right. That pressure naturally comes. Nothing is going on for you,
Yeah.
And as a player, maybe it's not down to the manager. They are playing poorly.
Because I think that the squad they put out was fairly strong, considering the opponent. But Spurs, from having a manager who's drinking cups that are branded with Arsenal logos, to him now in the Premier League, I don't know the last time he won, bro. When was the last time he won? Skumbuki, there's more L's than anything else for them.
It's criminal that he still has a job.
Yeah.
If you ask me. But then you see,
I thought like the clincher would have been that cup.
Yeah, but this is the problem, you know, like when clubs make decisions, when you're upstairs and you make decisions, the Ange won the trophy, right?
Yes.
And he finished 17th.
Yes.
And Thomas Frank had a super season and all that.
At Brentford, yeah.
So your thought process is, thank you for your service. Bye-bye. Bring the guy nice in and early. Let's have a preseason, and everything is gonna go exactly like it went on the other side.
Yeah.
Different culture, different crop of players. Maybe the understanding is not the same. It's the first season. He could have a terrible season this season, and then next season, he could turn everything in and around. But then there's a lot of pressure. You finished 17th last season, was saved by the fact that you won a trophy.
Yeah.
You've sacked a coach. Midway through the season, this coach, it's not working. There's a lot of pressure. No results. Nothing is turning around.
Yeah.
The Champions League, I don't know where they are.
Yeah.
Are they out of League One? Of course, yes.
Yeah.
Out of FA.
Out of FA, out of
then the Levy has already left.
Yeah.
What do you do?
I know, right? And even more diabolical for them, last season, guess who knocked them out from the FA Cup?
Arsenal.
No.
Oh. I can't guess.
Same Aston Villa.
Oh.
Yeah, so like I don't know if last season walikuwa home ama walikuwa away, but Aston Villa have knocked them in back-to-back FA Cups.
I mean, Aston Villa
I mean, it's not looking good over there. They are 11th in the Champions League standings.
Which quite possibly means they might go into a playoff.
Yeah.
If all goes well, and we know how that goes.
Don't we just?
With the kind of form that we are seeing.
I mean, Spurs, good luck with them. So I feel like it's just a matter of time now before Thomas Frank is fired. I honestly feel so.
Unless they continue with bad results.
Yeah.
I think Spurs are looking at it and they're like, we're in a kind of a fix here.
Yeah.
And they hope that they can get a few results that can maybe hold them.
Yeah.
They don't get relegated. Then no Europe for them next season because there's no route like last year. And then they hope that maybe Thomas Frank can start a whole new process again.
I mean, granted, I don't feel like they fall to the levels of relegation.
Yes.
But, bro, you can't be 14th as Spurs, bro. I know Spurs is shit, we don't like them, but 14th.
Which asks...
And they have been stuck there for a while.
Yes. Which asks you the question.
One win the last 5.
Have they improved? Were they right in sacking Ange? You know, maybe they would have just left him and trust him.
Maybe, yeah.
Maybe. But you see, it's all ifs and not. But
I mean,
because Ange himself has already gotten a job in the Premier League and again gotten sacked.
Yeah, gotten fired as well. I mean, it's crazy business, but it's looking good for Spurs. We absolutely love to see that. As an Arsenal fan, I don't give a shit, to be honest. But yeah, so got beat by Aston Villa. Arsenal up against Portsmouth. I mean, there was nothing except a win that was there. I mean, there was that surprise in the second minute of them scoring, which was a big mistake.
I always tell guys, when Arsenal score and you are hit, I mean, when Arsenal concede and you are hit watching, celebrate then because it's a matter of time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which game is that Gabriel gave away the ball and... Bournemouth.
Then I think 5 minutes later.
Yeah, everyone was like, I'm like, yeah, celebrate while it comes.
Yeah.
It wouldn't take long.
It doesn't last, to be honest, because like the Bournemouth one was 5 minutes. The difference between...
the first goal and the equalizer.
Yeah. This one was, I think, the second minute and I think the 7th. I'm a 9th minute.
I mean, just before people could settle down.
Yeah.
We're already level.
Try to restore parity.
Yeah.
But the shocker that did come in was Macclesfield beating Crystal Palace. I mean, Crystal Palace have been really poor. I don't know what the fuck is going on with these guys. They are the cup holders, and they got knocked out by Macclesfield.
I think sometimes some of the conversations that go in and around a club can be disturbing, you know.
Yeah.
So where exactly is McGahey? And when is he leaving? Is he leaving in January?
Or once the season is over, in the summer?
Yes. Every single time there's a firing in the Premier League, who's the coach everyone looks at?
Oliver Glasner.
Yeah. And if the two of them, and those are the two leaders,
yes,
they're not in a good space and in a good head, and they're not leading the other guys, then it's not working.
Yeah.
And there's a small matter of the fact that one of their wingers is at the AFCON.
Yes.
They had to go to Spurs to get a winger.
Yes.
The goals have dried for Mateta.
Yep.
So they're in that season or in that moment of the season where you will have to be tested, and it determines on what character.
Yeah.
You know? And games keep coming thick and fast. And like I said, now in football, everybody is coming at you.
Yeah.
You're the defending champions, we're going to have a run. You know, you're the great Manchester United, we're going to have a push. Or you're Man City, everybody wants to have a bite of what you're giving.
Yeah.
So if your two leaders are not exactly where they're supposed to be, and then there are deficiencies in the squad, I mean, we're going to have a run.
It's exactly what's happening there. And then they're in the Conference League, they don't have enough depth. So every time they play there, they go back to the league, they got battered. Yeah, every damn time.
And they messed up in the Conference League because the last game, their game had been pushed forward because I don't know what happened. So they played it in between, like when European competitions have already rested. And all they needed to do is win that game and automatically qualify, draw, and then they have to play
the playoffs.
And in fact, he fielded a weaker team.
There.
Yes, for that game.
You wonder, like...
And it was a home game. The game ended at 2-2. I was like, why don't you put all your ammunition, win the game in the first 45 minutes, then do the heck of what you can do in the next, you know.
Yeah.
Be up 3-0, right? Then in the second half, do the small changes that you want. You can bring all those academy players you want to do and all. But you start with them, no offense.
I mean,
but the opposition, like I said,
the
opposition is also looking at you and they want to have a bite of it.
Exactly, and that's exactly what they did. I think they were going to a coup somewhere. They walitoka 2-2.
Yes, 2-2.
I think 2-2 was the final score.
Yeah, in fact, I think they had to score to level up so that the game goes. They would have lost that game.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. So that's that with the FA Cup. The Premier League, of course, took a break. Then we resume this coming weekend. We shall see how that happens. There has been the Africa Cup of Nations.
Yes.
Has been going on. Quite interesting. And the semis are kicking off. Is it
On Wednesday?
On Wednesday.
Yes.
Bro, first of all, I have to be honest. Nigeria, they do look quite impressive. Who did you have for money on by the way when this tournament was beginning?
Nigeria.
Nigeria? I had my money on Nigeria and Morocco.
And they meet in the semi-finals.
And they meet in the semis.
Here's the thing. I look at Nigeria, and in every department, I just feel like they look okay.
Yeah.
They look very good.
Good quality.
And for me, I know people are saying Ivory Coast, people are saying Morocco. I think for me, in terms of how they've handled their games professionally,
Yeah.
they have been the best. For me, they have been the best that I have watched. And you can say it how you want, but tactically, in terms of how they attack, how they defend, how they make up for the mistakes they did in the past game, has been phenomenal. The game that they almost lost, they almost drew to Tunisia, they were already up by 3-0. Very clean.
Yeah.
Marvelous how they took them apart, they tore them apart, and then their tempo lowered. Ever since that game, the other two games that they have played, they have played with the consistency of the same energy from the first minute to the last minute.
Absolutely.
Because they already know we cannot afford to do that. And there's a small matter of the fact that they know we messed up, we didn't qualify for the World Cup.
Yeah.
This is the only tournament that we have this year. Maybe we could give it back as a present. But now Nigeria being Nigeria, they can never miss. They're the top of the conversation. They have the problem of they have played 4 games and they have not been paid their dues. The captain was like, oh, if by Saturday you have not been paid, then I'll pay you guys. We have to play for the pride and stuff.
Yeah.
Then the Minister for Finance, Uko Kwao, had to expedite the process so the guys were paid.
Yeah.
But it's never Nigeria. Nigeria never do well in a tournament where there's no...
There's side shows.
Yeah, there has to be something. Nigeria and Ghana, there has to be something. What will Ghana kidogo?
There was also ile issue Victor Osimhen and Ademola Lookman, where Victor Osimhen was going at Ademola, even though that one they sorted it out. And you could see there was no issues when they played against, who was it? Is it Mozambique?
Yeah, look,
and Algeria as well.
It's 2 big players, 2 big egos, and 2 former African players of the year.
Yeah. And
as you'd expect, the game is up. It's already 3-0 up.
Yeah.
Right? The 2 players have 2 different thoughts in their mind.
Yeah.
Osimhen is like, if you pass the ball to me, I'm heading for the golden boot.
Yeah.
Lookman is like, come on, I've already assisted you, and you've already
Let me get one on my own.
Let me try and get one.
Yeah.
You see, but it's and I think maybe the media pushed it a bit too much. I'm not saying what Osimhen did was right, but it just shows the passion of the game. He wants to be the guy. He wants to drive the narrative. I want. Brahim Diaz is playing well. It's his home tournament. I want to be that guy.
Yeah.
He'll always have the backing. Come on. He'll always. Strikers are selfish. They'll always come at you.
Yeah.
His reaction was poor, but then again, I feel like they took it a bit too much.
Yeah,
this is Nigeria. They have the juiciest story. If you're writing, if you're the guy for the cameras, and everything that is juicy now,
you're guaranteed that article is gonna fly.
But they were always going to sort it out. They're always going to talk. During the quarterfinal game, you could tell a bit of sometimes that now Lookman would hesitate and try and see where Osimhen is before. And then at some point he was like, okay, I'm still Lookman, and he would do a few things here and there.
Nigeria were really, really brilliant in that match. I was actually shocked. Like Algeria, they were down bad. Like that's not the Algeria I saw in the group stages. That's not the Algeria I saw in the round of 16.
Yeah, but you
I don't get it.
You forget that the best Algeria played was when they won the tournament in 2019.
Yeah.
Ever since 2019, they live off the fact that they're Algeria.
Yeah.
Just a few things that have not been working for them. Their under-21 is in the pits. Their league is also not as strong as if you compare to the other 2 North African nations. That's Egypt and Morocco, of course. I'm not talking about Tunisia, but because they've also fallen a bit behind.
Yeah.
Then, of course, South Africa, Tanzania. Things have really moved forward, and they've not really caught up with the process, how it is. So, they need a bit of a refresher.
Maybe they do. Because I do understand they have, I think 5 or 6 guys who are in the 2019 squad. And you see, someone like Riyad Mahrez, he cannot do 90 minutes no longer.
Yes.
Kipika 70, then he starts to tire. He's taken off in the 75th and stuff like that.
Yeah.
One team that has also impressed me a lot, and I feel like, you see, how Nigeria, I mean, I'm gonna be honest. Iwobi is cooking, bro.
Yes, he
Because
is.
he's pulling them strings in the midfield.
Remember, he used to where he played at the wings, plays as a striker. He was misplaced a lot, and now he's playing deep in the midfield.
Yeah. He's pulling strings a lot. So they are very good as far as he's there. So for them, you have two stars, of course. It will be not two, maybe three. It will be Lukman and Victor.
Yes.
Senegal. Bro, I don't think there's been like one player who has stood out like throughout the tournament, like in terms of like goals, assists. They've just been a team.
Yeah, but I have really struggled with them.
And I feel like they're very stacked with depth as well.
No,
the quality of depth is insane.
Why I've said Nigeria is because they set the agenda from the word go. I think in 2 games, Senegal have conceded the first goal. In the games that they have played, there are 2 games they've conceded the first goal. They've had
against Sudan, they did that. They also did that in the group stage where I think they are Congo.
Yes, they've had to come back to win games. And I feel like they have been nonchalant. They haven't really gotten from gear 1. They look a bit sluggish, Like you have to hit them for them to realize, okay, we have to play now, And always because of the class and talent that they have, it will always
they'll always come out on top.
But in this semi-final stage, they cannot dare to start sluggish.
Oh, you don't want to do that.
It's not possible. I mean, to me, I'm just underwhelmed by the fact that I feel like, nah, man. Like with all that talent that you have,
you should be doing better.
Yeah, you should be doing. The moment you're a goal down, you start panicking. You start trying to. Even against the Sudan game, you tell they're really trying to string things together until when they scored the equalizer, now they started playing football.
Yeah.
You never really want to be in that kind of position.
Exactly. And there were a team that they are up against in the same as Egypt, who are up against a team that they tried doing that. Okay, they did not try. Of course, they never tried to go a goal down.
Yeah.
But unfortunately for them, they went a goal down. Even worse, they were 2-0 down. Now, I know against Gabon, they were 2-0 down and came back. But that's not Egypt. That's what I was saying. Like, there are some teams you'll go 2-0 down or a goal down, and then climbing back will be a big, big problem. And Egypt did exactly that to Cote d'Ivoire. Cote d'Ivoire, I know they play very good football, but they are very good watch.
Yes.
They are good watch. But 2-0 down against Egypt, bro, in the quarters, good luck with that one.
Yeah. Ivory Coast were another culprit who I think they walked into that quarterfinal feeling. There's this thing where everybody has looked at Egypt and they're like,
not really convincing yet.
We can get past them.
We can have a chance there.
But I think what their coach has done is tactically he knows their weakness,
Yeah.
And he's put the team together to play to the strength of their weakness, Even Salah is defending 10 men behind him.
Yeah.
And let's try and see what we can create from here. And they concede a first. Ivory Coast concede a first goal with being a bit of sluggish again. Like I say, Senegal, where you feel like we can always turn this game around.
Yeah.
And in the second one is set piece. The moment you're 2 goals down,
bro,
it's
a problem. Yeah.
And you're playing against 2 of the deadliest finishers I think we have in Africa.
Yeah.
In a team.
Yes.
So you're not going to rescue that case. And I think that will be the case again against Senegal. If they go with that kind of mentality and be like, they are not at par. They only have 3 players who play in Europe. The rest play in their local league. But the danger in that is all those 8 players that play at Al Ahly have played together a lot.
Yeah, for a while, yeah. Whole unit.
And you guys who are superstars and moving around like, got on the brink. So yeah. In fact, if I think Egypt might find themselves in the final.
No kidding.
Yeah, because everyone, including me, ever since the tournament started, have not been convinced. But you just look at them and you're like, okay.
Yeah.
They actually know everybody's looking down upon them and they're trying to fix their problems one day at a go.
Yeah.
And I think with the way Mo Salah came into the AFCON and that slight sentence of he's not won anything with his
national team. Yeah.
Could be a messy case of
2022?
Yes.
World Cup? Yeah.
Yeah, where like, okay, we're going to fight tooth and nail to give the king what he deserves and
then he can rest. Yeah. All right, and then of course there's Morocco. Morocco has been playing well. They have Brahim Diaz who's cooking. El Kabi is always a threat. There have been a few accusations of refereeing and officiating, not just for them, but even for other matches.
Yeah.
But what are your impressions about Morocco?
Greatly for them. But my thought, the conversation is always, when you're up against the hosts, just know so many things are going to go against you.
Yeah.
It's always given.
More often than not.
Some of them, very clear, like the foul on Mbeumo. That should be a penalty.
Yeah.
Clear as night and day.
Yeah.
But I often say, take your chances, leave the rest of 50-50 decisions to God or to whoever will rescue that. But be in the game, fight for it, and create your clear-cut chances that, I'm on the ball this one, I'm taking it.
Yeah.
Because once things start going against you, you're never going to rescue the situation.
Yeah.
You're playing against the home nation. I mean, this is a situation where the stadium is 60,000 capacity,
Yes.
but you only have like 1,000 home fans. It's not like the other games where you can always balance. If you're playing in Marrakech and it's Senegal, Egypt, you're gonna have a fair share of your fans.
Yeah.
This one is going to be sold out. It's the home fans first, and then we can create a bit of space for you. So mentally, even the guys who are officiating, I mean, you have to be very, very brave. The moment you give a 50-50 challenge, even if it's in the first second, and that crowd roars.
Yes, that's it.
If you're not mentally there for this one,
Yeah. You'll crumble.
You'll crumble.
Yeah.
So, I mean, the officiating has not been as good as it was 2 years ago in Ivory Coast. But again, give it to the guys. I mean, they're human.
Yeah.
You can question things of there's no goal line technology. Why didn't you go to VAR? You have to be very, very mentally upstairs to try and give some of those decisions.
Absolutely. And now we have guys like Brahim Diaz who has 5 goals. He's the top scorer. Victor has 4. Ademola Lookman has created 7 goals.
Yeah.
Victor has 3.
No, Ademola has 3.
Ademola has 3,
Yes.
but 4 assists.
Yes.
So 7 goals in total. Brahim Diaz, I don't think he has an assist.
No, I don't think he has an
Yeah,
assist.
so
Salah is also on 4.
he's on 4 goals.
He's on 4 goals, and I think he has an assist. Or 2. Yes.
So who would you pick as, let's say, as of now, as your MVP?
As the MVP.
Yeah.
I mean, when
And I know there might be bias for the home side, so of course,
yeah,
Brahim
of course,
Diaz.
there's bias for the home side. I mean,
Yeah.
the lights have shone very bright for Brahim Diaz.
Yeah.
When the tournament started, I just made a point of watching all the first few games of the round, and I think the guy who impressed me was Lookman, and he carried on. I mean, into. I think the only game which I think he's given a 6 was the one against against Algeria.
I don't think he had an assist in that one.
He
Yeah, he didn't have an assist in that one. He didn't.
Osimhen had an assist, scored and assisted, yeah.
So,
That's the guy who I've been looking closely. He's been looking like he's the sharpest guy. And then, of course, there's been Ahmad, there's been Diamonde.
yeah.
But I think, and of course, like you've said, Brahimi, Salah, you can mention him silently.
Yeah.
But for me, I think the guy who's worked his socks off and silently, maybe now is when people are realizing, is Iwobi.
Iwobi, yeah?
Yes.
He's been sensational.
Yes. And I think if all things are to stand ground, I think he's supposed to win it.
Or should be the MVP.
Yes. There's always this problem when a guy who's playing deeper
Yeah.
wins situations in games, and you're like, okay, where did he assist?
Because those are always like the metrics that people do look
where
at.
did he score? But bro, just look at the kind of shift he's doing. I
Yeah.
mean, he's ticking all boxes. He's defending. He's attacking.
Yeah.
He's a leader on all fronts. And when you look at him, you're like, okay, this one looks like he went to a proper academy.
Yeah.
This is Arsenal academy product. No disrespect to the rest, and you can tell, okay, this is Fulham product. This is whatever everyone has come from.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Iwobi for you.
Now for me, it will be.
Iwobi.
Yes.
Oh, sensationally. I would have said Ademola.
No, yeah, like I said, from the first game,
Yeah.
he shone bright than the others. And of course, I don't really look at goals. And if now then we go to the other side of goals,
Yeah.
I would think then Osimhen beats Brahim because he's scoring and assisting.
Yeah.
If you want to go by
Exactly,
metrics
yeah,
of numbers and all that.
Yeah.
But I think the stuff that Iwobi has been doing has been sensational.
Absolutely. I feel like whoever becomes the player of the tournament will come on this side where we have Morocco or Nigeria. And Nigeria. Whoever wins there
Yes.
would most probably become the player of the
from that
tournament.
side,
Unless that side then goes and gets beat in the final by I don't know who does something sensational between now and
But then if someone wins, if someone from the other side has to win player of the tournament, has to have a proper final.
Yeah.
Yes.
A semi and a final. Absolutely kill it.
Yeah.
So it's going to be interesting. Of course, we have Senegal versus Egypt. I don't know if that's the first one.
Yeah, that's the first one. All of them are played on Wednesday. So the
Yeah.
first game is Senegal,
Versus Egypt.
Then at 11 p.m. will be now the home side against Nigeria.
Absolutely. Who's your money on?
My money is on Nigeria, Senegal.
Nigeria, Senegal in the final.
Nigeria, Egypt in the final. Sorry.
Nigeria, Egypt in the final.
Yes.
Wow. I have Senegal and Nigeria in the final. I have
Fair
a West
enough.
African affair.
I mean, when you look at the 4 teams, yeah, it's almost impossible to really separate who is who.
yeah, because both of them legitimately they are there by merit.
Yes. So, but on the Senegal Egypt side, I'm picking Egypt because they really know where they are.
Yeah.
I know my limitations, and I'm working myself to be in that level.
Yeah.
On this other side, I think the pressure is too much on the Moroccans, and it's a very good Nigerian side.
Oh, it's good, bro.
Very good Nigerian side who have a lot to prove.
Absolutely. Yeah. Oh, I also yesterday we had I Show Speed in town. I don't know. Are you watching the stream?
Yes.
What are your thoughts about him being in Nairobi and whatever you are seeing happening and online as he was streaming and online or these other platforms, people saying he should not be doing this and that.
Conversations and all that.
Yeah.
I mean, just let the boy be.
Yeah.
It's the way he's curated his content is doing things that he likes without necessarily being channeled by anyone or being forced by anyone to do stuff. You know, I mean, and that's why we've liked, or so many people like it, because literally this is a guy who's showing us his life.
Yes.
And the way he lives his life. And we all have ways of thinking when a tourist comes, they need to go to these places, you know, all those places that are named in that book and stuff like that. But the guy's itinerary, I mean, was nice. Showed us a very good side of Kenya that maybe people
very diverse.
consider that are not tourist attractive, you know. And yeah, just let the boy, let him cook. Let him cook what he feels. I mean, at the end of the day, he's showing Kenya in whatever angle that you want. I mean, let's not always want to show the greener side of Kenya. Let's also show like what Kenya is.
All sides, both sides. Yeah. Because we never get a balance one. It's either way too negative, or way too posh. Or
I mean, it cannot be that okay now. We are showing the world, so let's show the helipad, the leafy suburbs, the expressway, the continental hotels. No, let's also show what exactly Kenya is. What does a normal youth in Kenya go through?
Exactly. On a day to day, and they showcased they showcased that exactly in that stream. So it's been fantastic, man. I'm a big fan of him, to be honest. Are you a big fan?
He's a CR7 fan, so I'm a big fan.
Exactly. It's been fantastic. Don't forget, you can always catch this podcast on Football Digest K. That's the name of the channel. That's also the name of the social media pages. I'm talking TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, X. Forget about X all the time. About X, so you can check us out there. You can also check DJ Shores. That's the name, right?
Yes.
The people who don't know how it's spelled, would you
It's
spell?
just SCHWAZ.
Exactly. SCHWAZ.
Yes.
DJ Shores. Not your DJ. You can always find him in his social as well. On YouTube as well?
Yes, on YouTube as well.
On YouTube as well.
Yeah.
Awesome, man. It's been fantastic. Of course, we are gearing up for...
Just one question.
Yeah.
Kenya Premier League?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, let's do it. So, Gor Mahia were playing against Shabana.
No, do you know the reason why I asked you that?
No.
Do you think this is the year where... because there's always this tendency of so many people who support Ingwe are almost Arsenal fans.
Really?
Yes. So many of those guys are always... Yeah.
Okay.
So do you think this is the year where... And you know, sports always has a way that in a certain channel, if a certain wing is going this way, it almost goes the same way here.
Yeah.
I know God have two games in hand.
Yeah.
And somebody was telling me, they're match fixing so that like when FC starts falling in and about, then God will come and smash all these games.
Yeah, I took on allegations.
This is the Kenyan Premier League, and this is the juiciest it's ever been, I think, for a very long time.
In a while, bro, yeah.
You know, I mean, Ingwe being at the top is good for business. Shabana being in the mix is good for business.
Yes.
And in and around there, you know, there's a conversation of maybe what Kenya Police can do, what Tusker can do. So it's very competitive. I mean, the difference between number 1 and number 7 is...
So slight, bro.
Musalia from, Kakamega Homeboys was like, we're going to win the Premier League. And I was like, it's good to have a good ambition like that.
Yeah, I mean, it's not that bad. I'll be honest. I feel like AFC Leopards are moving quite well. And also, they are playing good football. Bro, ile bao lifunga ya tatu, bro. Like, I just have to put my hands up. That was a good goal.
Now, FC need to continue praying that their good run continues. No wrangles from the office. And anytime they will, if they ever lose a game, please fans, stay off.
Yeah.
I know they're now used to the culture of winning.
Yeah.
And they also need to continue praying to the gods that they are praying so that God can continue with all these draws and messes in and around.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And they need to build a gap as well. I mean, I know
the only way they can build a gap is if Gor Mahia continue dropping points. But if
but win their matches as well.
If Gor Mahia win the next game, they're level on points.
Yes. Because Gor has, is it 2 games in hand?
2 games in hand, yeah.
So it's not yet done and dusted. The AFC Leopards are moving well.
Yes, but it's good for business.
It's very good for business. For me, it's giving Arsenal. I don't want to say 22-23 because then we are in some crazy stupid form. We've built some big gap. They have not built a gap. It's giving Arsenal 23-24. They will be there around, but I don't know if they have it within themselves to go all the way. First of all, let's get to the half of the season.
Yeah.
I want to see like when everybody has played the same number of matches, what are we looking like?
Yes.
And then now we can have that conversation because right now it's a bit unbalanced. But so far, so good.
Yeah.
They're playing good football. I saw how they played against Gor Mahia. I've watched the highlights they played against Tusker. Absolutely beat us to pulp. Tusker, we need to have a conversation. Because some of the defending that I saw in that game, bro, that was diabolical. From our goalkeeper Obiero, Junior alikuwa afanya game ya kwanza, bao ya kwanza was diabolical. Bao ya tatu, na 300 mani ya 4 yenye Rambo alipeana penalty. That was diabolical as well. Pia Momanyi kuna mali alikuwa boxed by Senyenjo. Senyonjo.
Yes.
Hey, kuna mali alimbox out, bro.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's my captain.
Yeah.
Nah, it was not looking. And he's a defender. It's not looking good, man. It's not looking good for Tusker.
But I think it's good for the Kenyan Premier League. I mean, I must congratulate all the guys who went to Kisii for that game.
Yeah.
It's always good when the culture of football is shaping to the fact that there's no... I mean, we haven't had any negative incident.
Yeah. So far.
In such a packed stadium, in where the officials had said that it cannot be played in that stadium because of security reasons and stuff like that.
I know they were citing last season.
Yeah. No, actually, because of the game in Dandora between Naiboys and Gor Mahia.
Yeah.
It happened.
And also Shabana versus Gor last season.
Yeah, but they conducted
themselves. So it kind of happened. It kind of happened. I don't know who wanted that game to be played in Nairobi. Is it Gor Mahia or who was it? I don't know. But anyway, so they know in that one, Tusker got smashed by AFC Leopards. AFC Leopards, my fans, bro, were active as well.
I mean,
bro, have you seen the pictures they're putting out?
Yeah.
It's their
time to be active.
And ati pictures of AI za nini chui kikunywa pombe.
30 plus years without winning the KPL.
Yes. It's 27.
Yes, 27.
Yeah, that's nutty anyway.
And barely have you always been in the conversation.
Yes. So, and I know there was a season, is it 2012, 2013? They were quite close.
Yes.
Hopefully this is not that season. Where they are close, then we're doing our talk. So, let's see how this is going to go down. Of course, AFC Leopards, you're eating well. You have to give them their props. So, continue enjoying it. Hopefully, you get there. I can say for sure, Tusker is not winning the Kenya Premier League.
Yes.
After what I saw yesterday, against a team that is going for it, we were nowhere close, bro. Absolutely nowhere close.
But you've really tried to change the trajectory of the season. If you remember how you started the season.
Yeah.
And I think the first win, your coach was on his knees. That was, I think, an annex praying and saying...
He always does that.
Yeah.
He always does that.
Yeah.
Charles Juka jana alisahau Bible ama nini. I don't know. I don't think he carried the Bible yesterday. Yeah, because it was moving mad, man. Also, he needs to have more prayers with the goalkeeper. I once saw him praying with the goalkeeper before a match. He needs to do that a bit more because our goalkeepers, bro, kutoka Opondo tujama mwingine alikuwa anashika tukiwa Morangasila against Kenya Police bao ya ufala.
And I think he's gone. We've had one keeper now who's gone back to Bandari as well. I mean, in this transfer window. So,
yeah. I mean, yeah, it's looking good, man, but it's looking good for AFC Leopards and not for anybody else. So, well done to them. Definitely, the Kenya Premier League is going to be tested. We shall be keeping a very close eye on it and giving all the updates as they come. It's been fantastic, guys. Catch you on the next episode. Adios.